nice. My bad. That wasn't it. But anyways, the Prince of Panhandling is back on these streets. And of course, he wants more donations. And as I told y'all last time, he is basically his school is about to go up for auction. And let's be real, he's trying to finesse his people to believe. And it's because they froze his accounts so that, you know, he don't have the money to be able to pay the people because his accounts. But you have to be an absolute idiot to know to even believe it, because they're not gonna just foreclose on your building because you missed one payment. Like, they do that when you're way behind. That means you haven't paid those property taxes in a while, and that means you haven't been using the money that you've been receiving to basically get to take care of what you're supposed to be taking care of, paying off the taxes, keeping water bills, like all this stuff that, you know, supposed to be taken care of. He's been using it for whatever he's been using it for. So basically, we know it's been a lot of mishandling of those funds for the FDMG Academy. So as you see, I was saying a new investor for him. There is this guy that I know. I follow him on YouTube. His name is Marquette Devon. I think his last name is Burton, something like that. But anyways, basically he's giving Dr. Umar an offer to basically assist him with taking care of the past due bills that he had. In return, he give him ownership to one of the buildings to be able to oversee it, and you know, help basically get the school moving. The problem is this guy and Umar doesn't get along very well, because this guy goes at Umar for, you know, panhandling, mishandling, and finessing people out of big money. So this, I want to share what the guy basically had to say and get y'all opinions on it, and I'll share mine, of course, on whether or not this is a good deal and a good move for Umar going forward, because it's not looking good for him. I mean, at this rate, the very people that you know, dislike, the white power structure that he's trying to preach against, he's going to get control of that school. So one of them is going to be the ones that buy it in the auction, more than likely. And they're not going to have the school for the purposes that you initially had for it. So this is the guy I was just speaking telling you about. This, I'm gonna play a quick amount of some of the things he had to say and offer for.
Very sincere opportunity and effort to acquire all or part of the FDMG Academy. And this is something that I encourage you all to share with Dr. Umar, and I'll tell you why. My understanding right now, and I'll reference a video that gives some of the numbers, but my understanding right now is that Dr. Umar's school that he has raised millions for and perhaps allocated, actually spent maybe 1.5 million on, that it is in risk of being taken away essentially by the state, the government that is, and auctioned, which means that all of that money donated will have been, thrown to waste. My sincere offer, and it's very clear that I can make this offer in sincerity and convert on it. My understanding is that Dr. Umar owes approximately 38,000 US dollars between utilities, back taxes, things like this. And in paying that bill, which is a manageable bill, he would be able to retain this real estate property, the land and the school buildings. So my offer is to, pending, of course, an inspection, and this can all be private between Dr. Umar and I, the inspection, the results of the inspection, the state of the actual buildings, all these things. Because I do acquire distressed assets. This is clearly a distressed asset, and I think that we can do something that'll both benefit potentially students that could learn there at the FDMG Academy. It'll certainly benefit the donors who want their dollars honored and not wasted. It will make sure that Dr. Umar is able to continue on the journey that he's on. And of course, there'll be something in it for me. As I said, it's a distressed asset. So essentially what would happen is this. My sincere offer is I will write the check for, $40,000 or so, however many dollars it is. I'll write the check for $40,000 if you would allow me to just obviously tour the properties, and if they meet at least a reasonable condition upon visual inspection, then I'll send a proper inspector through to see what the true challenges are of the buildings. What is the actual quality of the HVAC, the electrical wiring, and all the things that are needed to get the buildings functional. And pending the inspector coming back to me with a report that doesn't have anything too egregious, meaning too costly, such that the actual value of the buildings would be less than $40,000, which I don't foresee being the case, I would then basically, and my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe in elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay, pending an appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes, in exchange for control of one of those buildings. The benefit for Dr. Umar is that he gets to retain the other buildings and continue on with whatever he was trying to do. Because right now, my understanding.
So basically, I think that's enough of it. Y'all kind of get the gist of what's going on there. So basically, he's giving Dr. Umar a lifeline. He's giving him a lifeline by saying, look, you're about to lose. I understand that we, haven't got along in the past, but let's put that aside. Let's get rid of the ego. I'll write you the check to cover your expenses that you're behind. In return, I'll get ownership of one of the buildings. As long as your buildings is actually not too, expensive to fix to the point that it won't be profitable, I'll take care of that. In return, I'll gain ownership to one of the buildings. You retain, the rest of them. You can continue to do the school exactly the way you want to do it. I'll just have a piece of the pie as well. And that way, for all the people that has donated. I don't know if anybody in the chat has donated to this guy. I'm pretty sure more than likely y'all haven't. But, for those of you guys that has donated to the school, you won't feel like all your hard-earned dollars that you gave, gave him are wasted. He's basically trying to save the school. Now, in my opinion, obviously we don't know the full extent to all of this and stuff like that, but in my opinion, this is a great deal for Umar at this point. Because if you you could very well, maybe, he can keep panhandling and the people will still be gullible enough to send him more money. Maybe he'll be able to, cover it. And that way he won't need him. That's basically he can cut out the middleman. But let's be real. You don't have 15 years of doing this progress that you've been trying to do, basically. Like, this process has been taking, I think he said he had to school actually for 6 years. But he's been trying to run the buildings. The buildings he's had for 6 years. I think 15 years he's been trying to accomplish it. So look how long that has been, and you still haven't done it. And a lot of people, like some of y'all are saying, think he's never done. So this is an opportunity where he covers this expense, and basically you both, two black men, can come together, put your differences aside, and make the school happen. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people, including myself, would love to go ahead and see him open the school so people can stop making fun of him like that. Because at this point, nobody believes you. Go ahead and look at this chat. Yeah, if his accounts are frozen, he owes property tax, probably child support too. He got to flip that hustle, but he can't get black people to support him now because we waking up. He represents Africans. He should get them people out here. Them Africans not get that nigga down. That's why he deleted him from different cultures of black people. African. There's no any, but some of them skinny drinks are blood. Here in America. Yeah, see, that's very interesting that you're saying, because yeah, a lot of us were born here. Our ancestors was born here. We didn't come from over the ocean from Africa. We were born here. I mean, that's a whole nother different topic that I'm probably going to be touching on my new podcast that I'm going to start very soon. And speaking of which, for people that's interested in joining the panel for that, taking the opening for it. But yeah, and claimed he was a part of Marcus Garvey's bloodline in the family. I didn't know that happened. If it's early for the kids, as he claimed, he'll take the offer. He should take the offer. There's no school being built. We've been falling for the same position. Yeah. Well, support, he does have a building. That's the thing. He does have a building. He's shown the building several times. I've seen that. The problem is he doesn't actually have, students and like teachers or whatever. And he hasn't started the school. Like, I don't even know if the school's license or whatever, been approved to even get that started. Last time I was kind of following this thing. He was saying it was something with the what did he say? Something with the contractors or something like that. That's the reason why he wasn't able to get it done. Then he said he needed time and all that. Like, dude, each time he surfaces something new that's going on. The reason why, the school is open. What's up, Steve? Caught me kind of on the back end. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, but I appreciate you stopping through. But maybe this is an underhanded way of proving the school is bullshit. It could be that. Because if Umar turns it down, it moves east. It could, it could very much be that. But this is my opinion on it. I think, like I said, I think the school might actually have some validity. It might be actually real. But the thing is that he's not putting all the money that he's supposed to have put into it to get it done. That's what I think the issue is, more so. But hey, I'm gonna be following this to see if Umar ends up responding and possibly putting his pride aside and accepting the money to get the school done. Because, like, bro, that'll be your greatest accomplishment. You can go ahead and get this done. Because for at least the past 5 years, folks have been making money. They're saying you finessing people out of money. Panhandling. You're basically pandering to women. So you attach yourself to women, telling them they queen and all that. Basically making them gullible, falling for your BS. They perform. It's always something. And then every time something happens with him, he's blaming it on white supremacy. That's the reason why I'm not able to do this. And I mean, as black people, we know, bro, that racism do exist. But I also think that certain people use that shit to their advantage to try to get over, to try to stay, to actually finesse black people themselves. It's sad. They know that since they know that racism do exist, they use that as a reason to say, "Oh, look, I'm experiencing racism. This is systematic racism. That's the reason why I'm able to do this." And then gullible people, most of us, are just believing, like, "Hey, we gotta help him out. We gotta help him out." And I think he's getting played out. I think people is like, done with this bullshit. They're like, "Yeah, we ain't following this." He probably got his loyal supporters might be still in it with him, but I think for the most part, people is like, "Bro, waiting for the key fob." Your boy Umar Infatune is down bad, and he has a big decision to make. Which I think, if by some miracle Umar can end up seeing this video, I'm telling you, if you truly are trying to open this school and you don't have no other option, take the deal, follow your pride, get the damn school open so that people can say, "Okay, Umar did what he said." No matter how long he took it, if you were able to finally get it open, people don't have to shut their mouth. Say, "Hey, he got it open." Regardless of how he did it, how long it took, he did it. Johnson champion idea that people are popular worldwide constitute the single time. Maybe he'll have money for the school if it's wasted on women. You'll get things done. Hey, I'm gonna say this, Mike. I absolutely think that nigga definitely use that money on women and shit like that, and traveling and all that. Hey, we don't know. This is all alleged. We don't know this to be true. But it absolutely seems. That boy been over the seas in Africa. Where my West African queens at? Where my North African queens at? Where my Ethiopian queens at? Where my Jamaican queens at? Where my He's been all over. My boy been out there getting it. You know what I'm saying? And I do actually feel like if he wasn't doing all that, the school would be over. Unfortunately, this is where he's at. I think he can take it. He can go ahead and go to deal or no deal. I think you need to hit deal. We could have just started. That's what I think that's another major option too. Like, this is 2025, but everybody, as you can see, I'm talking to all of y'all from the better part of the country. You know what I'm saying? We all far apart, we thousands of miles away. Right now, this could be Umar, right now, teaching his school, digitally. You don't need a physical place to do it. That's another option. Just come up with, get you a nice team together. Now come up with your information. Students can order their books and stuff like that to their school. For the people can be homeschooled. And he can deliver the lesson just like I'm doing right now. That's definitely an option. Why haven't he done that? You can't tell me that's never came across him. You can't tell me that that's never been pitched. So that's another thing that you ask me that folks should be side-eyed. Like, bro, what's going on, Umar? But see, this is the thing. Us as Black people, unfortunately, we look at stuff with our emotions so much that we don't pay attention to that. This shit. All they got to do is find a way to tap into our emotions, then deliver a storyline. That's with everything, bro. Politics, sports, now the profession of education. Hey man, y'all get out with me. But anyway, though, that is pretty much what I have for y'all as far as the show today. That's pretty much. But yeah, like I was saying, we ain't got that many people over in the chat. Just letting y'all know, I am going to get ready to start a new podcast. It's going to be called Black Tech Chronicles. Basically, it's going to be a panel where a bunch of us, just like we're doing similar to now, we're going to get on the panel, and we're going to have a lot of collective different topics where we're going to speak on and give our open opinion on it. And just have us a good podcast where Black people can give out our thoughts. Similar to I don't know what kind of material you guys look at and stuff like that. If I had to give y'all an example of something to what I'm talking about, a popular YouTuber, yeah, that's something that's going to be new. It's going to be coming. I haven't exactly came up with the day or the time that we're going to be doing it. But I do I'm going to get the short CD broadcast. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, I don't know exactly what time they exactly yet. I'm still, getting all the people together that I want to do it with. Hey, I'm definitely open. If you could possibly slide it into your schedule, definitely open to have you. But I'm getting it together with all the people. We're gonna have a test run. Everybody's gonna be in the, going to be in it together. And we're gonna basically collectively come up with what works, and we're gonna, take a swing at it. I think it's gonna be successful, and then the benefits for people, if you ever wanted to get into the YouTube space, and then want to share your thoughts and stuff on a lot of different views and stuff like that. This is the perfect opportunity. I'll be using my platform, of course, to help develop your following and stuff like that. Try to get you monetized as quickly as possible so that you can also be earning. And then, of course, once I'm reaching a certain amount of money myself, I'll be paying each panel member a certain percentage out of the earnings. That's the benefits of it. And yeah, if anybody's open to it, if you're seeing this, yeah, absolutely. Some of the people I've had on. Actually, the majority from right now are actors, producers, or some kind of person as of now. Then, of course, I'll be having guest people also, into that same industry for the life. That's going to come on. You'll definitely have the opportunity to network, get to know certain people, develop your platform. Like I said, Buckets, just hit me. Definitely hit me up, and if you have me on IG and stuff like that, just hit me and stuff like that. We can share contacts and stuff like that, and we can go ahead and get it started. Because I think I got the majority of the members, but I'm still open to a couple more. So if women are still interested, you can also hit me at my IG. You can see it right here. Bottom left-hand side. But yeah, I think it's going to be a nice, successful platform as long as we stay consistent and just be professional. It's going to blow up, and then all of us make us a nice little change and stuff with it as well. So, yeah. But pretty much, I'm about to go ahead and close out this segment. Like always, I appreciate everybody. And catch y'all. I am doing a live show later on tonight. So definitely, it's going to be at 11 o'clock Central Time. I also put it in the community. A reminder. Yeah, for both of y'all that's going to stop doing tonight. And much love to all of y'all. Catch y'all.